Welcome to video 3 of the in-flight camera series. In the last couple videos I've done here, not only have I reviewed some cameras and mounts, I've also done, I explained how I use cameras on board the airplane. And then in video 2, talked a little bit about some of the rules that I follow when I use my cameras, as well as ways that I like to position my cameras, and just cool shots that you can get with them. So what I wanted to talk about today, number one, is the way that I mount cameras, the mounts that I use to actually put cameras in the airplane, and some of the little tips and tricks for using a GoPro on board the airplane.
If you're anything like me, you watch all these aviation YouTube videos and wonder how in the world did they get that shot. In the past 3 years of playing with action cameras, I've come up with a few ways that I managed to pull it off. In in-flight cameras too, I showed my favorite mounting positions for both inside and outside the airplane.
This one being the tie-down mount.
Over the years, my bag of GoPro accessories has gotten pretty full, but it wasn't until the last year or so that I've really started to discover aviation-specific mounts for my cameras. So let's go ahead and sacrifice any chance there is of me ever being sponsored by GoPro and openly admitting that there's one thing that GoPro makes well, and that's cameras. When it comes to their accessories and mounts, they're generally higher priced, lower quality items. This is an older version of the GoPro suction cup. They've updated this a little bit, but it's still the same basic concept. This thing, total garbage. Don't buy it. The GoPro suction cup just offers no security. That's why I started using these ones made by BRLS. It has 3 attach points that are a lot smaller and hold a lot firmer than the single large attach point that the GoPro suction cup offers. Another advantage of the BRLS mount is it can be mounted to curved surfaces a lot easier than the GoPro suction cup. So in regards to different positions in the aircraft, the first one I like to use is that selfie cam looking back at myself and passengers in the cockpit. And that's where I also plug in my audio patch cable. So generally use one of these suction cups right up against the windshield, and then just position the camera however I need to get that angle, and then patch in my audio cord, because take off that little side panel door and good to go. The low profile of the BRLS mount makes it a lot less susceptible to vibration. It's one of the more versatile tools in my bag, as I can use this to capture a lot of different shots, both inside and outside the airplane, and it's durable enough that I can use it for activities other than just flying. When it comes to over the shoulder cam, I like to put this up against the window of the airplane, whether that be on pilot side or passenger side, generally right there behind the seats. Occasionally, if I can, I'll mount it to the actual ceiling. I don't do that very often though, because these just don't stick very well to headliners. You generally need to have a light or a hard surface, so the windows work best for these suction cups. I like to use the Hero Session on that because I don't need any additional switch mounts or those little, J buckles or anything to put that camera out there, because again, the farther I get away from the base, the more vibration it causes. So with the frame mount on the Session, I can simply turn the camera in the mount and clip it in there sideways, and then I have exactly the angle I want. The only disadvantage I see with this mounting position is the skew of the horizon. The aircraft like this Piper Archer, the farther out the window you go, the more curved the window is. I think it makes for a cool shot, but it may just be something to consider. High-wing aircraft and Cessnas, however, you don't get as much of that because the windows are generally pretty straight. Alright, so let's talk external mounts. You can watch my review video on the MyPilot Pro mounts, which I think are the best temporary application, as they attach a tie-down, extremely secure. They've got these locking pins. This thing's not going anywhere. In-flight cam makes a more permanent mount that basically just replaces any screw patch on the aircraft. That's a pretty cool option. I haven't had a chance to really review that yet. Again, they're not my airplanes. I can't go changing out screws on them. Suction cups external, I don't recommend this. That being said, I have used them. If you're going to mount external, I strongly recommend a secured mount. I'm going to put a link in the description of this video about what the interpretation of the FAA's, that letter interpretation that's floating around the FAA put out there regarding cameras. There's a good breakdown of what that really means, and more importantly, how this is just not really a good idea. Generally, if I put a suction cup on the outside of the airplane, I have to sit there for a long time and decide what camera am I willing to lose, with the potential of not getting back, and am I really willing to pay the fines that may come along with somebody who discovers my camera.
I've only used the BRLS mount external on the aircraft 3 times. It fared pretty well, but I did tether the camera a couple times just to have that extra layer of security. But still, when it comes to external mounting, nothing is more secure than a permanent or securely attached mount. To summarize though, filming flying is fun. We get to relive our flights from a unique perspective and share our experiences as pilots. As I've said before, be cognizant about what you're filming and what you're posting. Our ultimate goal is to inspire that next generation of aviators and do it safely. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hit that subscribe button down below and you'll receive alerts every time a new video is released. Right now we're working to try and maintain a bi-weekly release schedule.